Hello and welcome to the Blockchain Training Alliance's course on blockchain architecture. My name is Chris Bennett. I'll be your instructor. Over the coming hours, we're going to start from the very basics of blockchain and walk you through everything you need to know to start identifying good use cases in the world around you and building compelling blockchain solutions. Our goals for this course, first of all, we want to make sure that you understand what blockchain is, and by the end of this course, we want to enable you to go out and have good, high-level conversations about blockchain, not only with the engineers and developers in your organization or with partner organizations, but also with non-technical business stakeholders as well. Then finally, we're going to teach you how to identify the resources that you'll need for a blockchain project and actually start to build out a project plan and timeline so you can answer questions about level of effort, timing, and budget constraints with your stakeholders. As far as who should attend this course, well, we really try to make this a very open course. So if you've never heard about blockchain before, if you're brand new to blockchain, no problem. We're going to start right at the basics. There is no requirement in this course for any kind of development or coding knowledge. We will get hands-on a little bit later with a sample blockchain application, and as part of that, we'll look at some of the code underneath it. We'll look at the different pieces and components and how it works. But if you're a non-coder, that's okay. We're not going to get too technical. We're not going to go too deep into it. And if you're taking this course so that you can take the Certified Blockchain Solutions Architect exam and become a certified blockchain architect, just know that there are no code-related questions on that exam. So anytime we look at any code throughout this course, it's purely for your own knowledge. If you don't come from a development or coding background, that's okay. So when we look at who the intended audience is for this course, well, we love to have non-technical business decision makers in this course, sitting right alongside technically minded developers, engineers, coders. We like to involve any sales, marketing, and branding professionals in your organization who might be interested in blockchain. Anytime there's a new or revolutionary technology, one of the side effects of that is it always enables people to communicate and exchange ideas in new and exciting ways. And that's always very, very exciting to the sales and marketing professionals in an organization. But most importantly, we designed this course for you. So whatever your background is, whatever your knowledge of blockchain is coming into this, and whatever you hope to get out of it, we really sincerely hope that at the end of this course, you're armed with knowledge to go out in the world and to start really identifying good blockchain use cases around you. When we put this course together at Blockchain Training Alliance, we started by envisioning ourselves in the role of a hiring manager. And if we were going to talk to any of you taking this course about a blockchain architect role in our company, what were some of the high-level questions we would want you or expect you to be able to speak intelligently to? And each of those questions has formed a chapter in this content. So we're going to start out in Chapter 1 talking about what is blockchain. We're going to start from the very basics. We'll actually go back in history a few thousand years and look at the very first instance of human history where people were using a decentralized or distributed ledger. We'll continue to build on that in Chapter 2 when we talk about how blockchain works. We'll look at the different components. We'll talk about group consensus. And we'll actually wrap up Chapter 2 with an in-depth dive of proof of work consensus as well as proof of stake and some other leading alternative consensus mechanisms. This is really a fun place to end on in Chapter 2 because you will walk away knowing more about mining and group consensus than many people who are actually mining right now. We'll pick up in Chapter 3 talking about how blockchain compares and contrasts with conventional technology, what makes it different, where is it the same, and more importantly, where are good places to use blockchain versus conventional technology. We believe it's not just enough to understand where blockchain is a good fit. It's also equally as important to understand where blockchain is not a good fit and where blockchain can be combined with conventional technology to create really exciting, dynamic, engaging hybrid solutions. In Chapter 4, we'll talk about what a blockchain application actually looks like. We're going to get hands-on with a sample elections management platform built out on the Ethereum blockchain. We'll look at an actual application, not just the blockchain components, but all the components that go into making a fully functional blockchain app. And we'll look at how the data in that app gets recorded and managed on the blockchain. We'll pop the hood a little bit and look at the code behind all the different components. Again, we won't go into a deep dive. This is not a developer class, and if you're not a developer, that's okay, because we're not going to go that deep. But I just want to make sure that everyone walks away actually seeing the different layers of a blockchain app. And if you do come from a development or coding background, I think one of the things that will strike you in that section of the course is how much development really stays the same in a blockchain world compared to a conventional full-stack web application. Once you know what blockchain is, how it works, how it compares and contrasts with the technology we already have, and what a blockchain application actually looks like and how it functions, then we'll shift gears a little bit and we'll talk about how do you start to design a blockchain application. We'll talk about some classic software architecture and design principles that remain the same in the blockchain world. And we'll also talk about unique considerations that blockchain brings into the picture. From there, we'll transition into talking about how do you actually start to develop a blockchain application. Once you've got that application developed, we'll talk about how do you test a blockchain application. This is another area where many tried and true software testing principles still apply, but there are also many unique considerations that blockchain brings into the picture. And we'll make sure that we cover both. And then finally, we'll round out the course talking about good use cases for blockchain. What are the areas of the market where we see a lot of interest and excitement in blockchain? Where are we actually seeing real-life organizations build out solutions on blockchain? And how are they extracting value from it? So let's go ahead and dive in. We'll jump in the next section into Chapter 1, What is Blockchain?